Oh, and it says we're live. Hello, everybody. How are you? My beautiful girls. We are here this Thursday morning to have our business member spotlight. And just before it goes into an echo, I'm going to catch it. And just before I introduce our amazing guest today, I'm going to make sure that I can see your comments. Here we go. All right, welcome everybody. And I want to welcome our wonderful special guest today, Suzanne Ingleton. How are you, my darling?
I'm really good, thank you, Ali. It's so nice to be chatting with you again. We've had a couple of chats, and this is always really enjoy it.
Lovely. Yes, well, it's lovely to have you here. And so today, on these business member spotlights, we obviously spotlight one of our beautiful members and to learn all about what you do and your business. So today we're going to learn all about Suzanne, and I'm just going to get going straight away. So Suzanne, tell us what you do and how you got into doing what you do.
Yeah, okay. So what I do is I'm known as the weight loss coach. So I help women to transform their relationship with food and body. And I certainly don't do it from a perspective of diets or counting calories or, measuring stuff. What I do is it's very unique, and it's very much from the psychology of eating, and I use hypnosis and neurolinguistics, which is all about the language of the mind. And I got into all of this because initially I became a Reiki master, and I think that's where I met you, and that came as a result of a health challenge. I had cancer, and so I had to reevaluate my whole life and how I did it. And along the way, and it was very much, I call it a healing and learning journey, very much looking at my health as being, at that point in 2008, it was just taken away from me. I had no control over it. But I managed to overcome and be healthy, largely because my oncologist said to me, the best way for you to beat this, Suzanne, is to be fit and healthy. So if anyone knows me, I'm very literal. And so I went, okay, what can I do? And I became a personal trainer. And so, because I just wanted to help other people not take their health for granted. And so that's what I did. I helped women to be the fittest and healthiest versions of themselves. And along the way, some other things came up in my life. And I think that's once again where I connected with you, Ali, as a domestic violence victim at that point. And I was looking for other ways to help myself. And I came across energy healing, and that's where I became a Reiki master. I loved it so much, I wanted to teach it. So I spent a number of years, and I still am a Reiki master and healer. And that led to meditation. And so, this thing with energy and healing, and then moving into the mind. And I loved meditation so much, I decided to teach that too, because it was just incredible. And it was really leading me towards a path of, well, the mind is so powerful. We can be in control of it, even though, the majority of us don't even have that awareness. We think that, it controls us, but it's not. And there is a way to make those changes and change the neuroplasticity of the brain and how it functions. It's just it's easy when you know how. And so then that led to more inquiries about the mind and how powerful it was. And so I learned hypnosis. And it just blew my mind away. And I just went, oh my God, hypnosis is incredible. And I guess from there, that led to neurolinguistics. So I'm a master neurolinguistics practitioner and hypnotherapist. And so I had all this bunch of skills, these things that I could do. And I didn't really know at this stage. I'd moved back to Adelaide. I'd started all this in Queensland. And so I created a weight loss program. because I really resonated with how difficult it is as a trainer, as a personal trainer. People would come to me and say, you know, Suzanne, I need to lose weight and I need to get fit. And we would do that together beautifully and perfectly. They'd go away for whatever reason and they'd come back and they'd go, oh, Suzanne, help. What happened? They'd put their weight on again and I just couldn't work it out. I didn't know what it was. I thought, oh, well, you know, I suppose it's good for business, but it's not. I didn't understand why it wasn't sustainable for them. And that's when, you know, years down the track, I realized that it's the mind that's the missing link here. It's not about the food. It's not about the exercise. Yes, they play a small component. Yes. It's so much about your mind that drives your behaviors. And, you know, that's where I focus my work when I'm working with clients, is with the psychology of eating, mind, body, nutrition, how the mind and gut are totally connected, bringing in, you know, the amazing power of hypnosis and neurolinguistics to really cement that mind shift. So it all becomes easy, sustainable, consistent. You know, my clients will go, this is actually really easy. I'm not denying myself of any food. I don't have to starve myself. I don't have to exercise like a beast. You know, it's so we do it very differently, and it gets them the results that they want. So and I call them my incredible shrinking women, because they shrink by centimeters. I will see less of them every week. When they present in my office, there's less of them. Oh my gosh.
I was like, you just made me laugh when you said exercise like a beast. In my mind, I went, oh. That just blew me up. But first of all, oh my God, what a journey.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. And I love that you have, and I respect this as someone who's gone into business and had a bit of a transition myself. I love that, you know, you've been able to take all of what you've learned and all the, you know, the skills that you have now and bring it into something that means so much to you. And, you know, I need to ask, and I'm sure there's probably our audience is wondering, you know, are you cancer-free now?
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely cancer-free, and loving my life, you know, being as healthy as I can, having fun, and looking after myself as, you know, as best as I know how.
Beautiful. And what else I love is that you said it, you don't do the fad diet type thing. You know, I mean, I think I don't actually think there's one of us out there who hasn't tried a fad diet, right? I mean, I've tried lots.
Yeah.
But there is obviously, like you say, there's ways to do it which just bring it back to basics, you know, and keeping it. I don't call it keep it simple, sister. Keep it simple, stupid. I say keep it simple, sister.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's much nicer.
Yeah, isn't it nicer?
Yeah.
I don't like to be called stupid, but
No.
yeah, I really respect that. You know, you're bringing it back, and especially when you said about the alignment between the mind and the gut. Oh my God, yes. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Look, 95% of our happy hormones, our serotonin, the feel-good stuff, is produced in the gut. And if we are feeding our gut, if we are putting rubbishy food into our mouth, into our stomach, it's actually sending rubbishy messages back to our brain, and our brain is having a rubbishy output. So the quality of our food totally affects our mood. So our gut is the seat of our health, and what we need to do is look after our health internally in order for our external body and our mind to really to become the person that we want to be. If we're constantly focusing on need to lose weight, your mind is you're in an internal battle, and that internal battle is creating the stress response, which tells the body to spike up cortisol and insulin, and those two things tell the body to hang on to weight. Don't build muscle, because muscle requires energy, and you're not giving me enough food to create the energy. I need to create fat to survive. So it's very primal. The body's response to weight is a very primal response, even though we think it's all in our head and it's our head or it's our food or we just eat too much, we don't know why. It's being driven very much from the subconscious and the primal part of our mind. And, you know, the connection, the vagus nerve between the mind and the gut, whatever we think about reflects directly into our body. So simply like, you know, you have the thoughts about, I have a gut feeling, I have a gut instinct. Oh, I got butterflies in my stomach. I'm feeling really anxious. Most people feel it somewhere in their body and generally in their gut. And there's a very interesting technique that the Japanese businessmen use. And I'm not saying all of them use it, but it's certainly, it's documented that they base their decisions on how their gut feels. So they will metaphorically swallow a decision. And if it feels good in their gut, they will go with that decision. If it feels not good, they'll go no. Because we have brain cells in our gut as well. We have brain cells in our brain, obviously, our heart and our gut. When the three are aligned, then we feel good. It's a good decision. If one's, you know, if this is ping-ponging and your gut's churning, well, that's not a good decision. Don't go with it.
Yeah, I've actually spoken about that a lot, actually, in regards to business-wise. You know, when I've been looking at things and, you know, like you said, having had a decision to make, and I'm really interested about that Japanese thing. But I know that, you know, when I've been looking at certain things and my whole, and it's made me anxious, but it's not just anxious up here, it's my whole body, like it reacts as if I am, you know, anxious. It's like, you know, I'm shaking, I get sick, I get hot, I get sweaty. And, you know, sometimes I don't think we realize it at the time, but when you sit back and you go, wow, you know, because all of a sudden something will happen, you go, I feel sick. But then we go, well, why do we feel sick?
Yeah.
Why is that thing happening in my gut?
Yes, that's right. And that's where we go back to the root cause. When I'm working with clients, we get to the root cause of why that is happening. And, you know, we don't say we've got an elbow feeling. Like we say we've got a gut feeling. That's, you know, our gut it's the seat of our health. It's the seat of our wisdom. And when we're listening to our gut, you know, it can be whether we're full or not, or it's a business decision or just an uneasy feeling about something. It takes time, practice and patience to tap into the wisdom of your body, because, you know, our subconscious mind and all the answers that we need are inside of us, whether they be in a gut response or whether they be in you know, how our mind is thinking subconsciously. If we listen to that little voice that sometimes we just go, no, get away. Or we've got the committee. So and this is what I work with women, is to look at their life in a more holistic way, and not just focus on the food. And also focus, and not just focus on the exercise, because a lot of people say, oh, because I just can't exercise, that's my problem. And no, that's not the problem. There's other things afoot. Yeah,
I get that. I could go so many different directions with that. Something that came to me before is when you were talking about how do I want to put it? So you were talking about, you know, when we put the unhealthy food into our bodies, it affects our brain, and vice versa. And do you sometimes see people who get into this cycle? Because let's face it, you know, there's such thing as emotional eating.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So there's this. So surely there'd be some kind of cycle that you then have to get yourself out of.
Yeah. So emotional eating, that's interesting. You know, in fact, we are all emotional eaters. It's a way that the body helps to self-regulate emotions. And and I was talking to someone the other day about, you know, how the body regulates emotions. And a lot of us, or you may have heard of trauma therapy or shaking, you know, when people shake. Also, when you look at a dog and a dog shakes, they're actually self-regulating. They're anxious and they're just getting rid of the energy. So you know, the way that we get into this cycle of emotional eating is to get to the root cause. Like, we've got to find out, well, be present with it. Don't just do it. There's negative emotional eating and there's emotional eating. Like, we will eat because we're happy. It's a celebration. It's a wedding.
Exactly. Oh yeah, good point. Yep, good point.
We're on a date. You know, it's we eat, and we as humans we are eaters, and so it's okay. But it's the negative emotions that we need to, you know, tap into and find out, well, what's the root cause of that? So ask yourself the question, why am I upset? So if the food's not going to fix it, like, we know that, but we go into habit and we just eat and feel guilty and eat and feel guilty. So it's about circumnavigating and just nipping that in the bud, making conscious awareness and putting intention to it and going, wait, stop. Why am I doing this? You might still go ahead and do it, but let's look at why you're doing it first and backtrack. Did you have a hard day? Did you not eat enough during the day? Do you feel like you need rewarding because you've done, you know, lots of work? So when we identify the root cause of that, and this is where I go deeper with neurolinguistics and timeline therapy, is where we let go of the big emotions, anger and sadness and fear and hurt and guilt, which all create this big ball of stress. And sometimes we don't even know why we're upset. You know, it just wells up and we know, okay, food will fix that. Because we were brought up as babies. That's how we're brought up. You give a crying baby the breast or the bottle and within nanoseconds it stops.
That's true.
So it's in our DNA. That's what we do. Obviously, over time, for some, it becomes a problem, and that's where, you know, we look to get to the root cause to find out, well, where we can nip this in the bud so that it's not this nasty cycle. And you know, that I sort of call it pulling all the pieces of the weight loss puzzle together to find out it's not just one or two things. There's lots of little things that are causing unhelpful behaviors. So, you know, we look at thought processes, we look at the root cause, we look at working on what you can do, not constantly getting stuck in what you can't do or stuck in how you're feeling. Because if you want to be a person that looks like X over here, how can you get there if all you're thinking about is what you don't like here? It just keeps you stuck where you are. Absolutely. And so therefore, you know, I help my clients to shift that sense of thinking and go, okay, let's think about being healthy. If I want to get there, there are certain acts, certain things that I need to do, certain behaviors that I need to adopt in order to get myself there, because it's not going to happen by osmosis. You know, it's not. My magic wand isn't going to go bring I dream of Jeannie and put me into a new space.
If only, but no. and it'd be similar with exercise too, I would think too. You know, again, you know, if we're telling ourselves that, you know, I don't like exercise, or I'm not, you know, or I'm not someone who can easily, it'd be the similar.
Oh, totally. And this is another area that, you know, one of the pieces of the puzzle. Move your body in ways that you love. If you are constantly exercising because I need to burn calories, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you're hating every moment of it, or even you just have this vague dislike, you know, it's challenging to get yourself there, then once again, you're actually creating the stress response. It's an underlying stress response in your body. And, you know, there have been cases where, and many where, for instance, women that decide they need to run to lose weight. And so they run marathons and they run and run and run, but their actual body shape doesn't change a lot. So, and that is because their body is under high stress. They're pushing it beyond where it wants to be. And so it's just creating fat and not building muscle. And, you know, you can see this a lot. And it could very well be that their body just that's not the way that it wants to move. So
run, I just went, nah, because I'm not a runner. Like, I don't, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
I've actually started attending in the last 6 months or so bar classes. And
yes, I saw.
I know what a bar class is, ladies. It is a cross between ballet, Pilates, and yoga, and it's really cool. Just, you know, my daughter runs them, so you know. But
wow.
Yeah, she's a bar teacher. But yeah, but that for me, because I'm not naturally a person, I don't, you know, I'm not a runner. I like to walk. I like to dance. That's the way I like to move. But and so for me to dance and go to this bar class, oh my God, it's so much fun. Like, yeah, does it hurt at the time? Yes. But we're all smiling through it.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that's right. So move your body in ways that you love. So if you don't like going to the gym, find something else, because you're going to feel better. And when we feel better, we're less stressed. And when we're less stressed, our metabolism is going to work optimally. You know, the word rest and digest. Even if we eat fast, we put our body into a stress state, and your digestive system just begins to slow down, shut down, and it won't process and assimilate the food. So there's so many little nuances to the body, but with exercise, find a way, get rid of the word exercise if you don't like it. Yeah. Change it to move. I'm going to move my body in ways that I love, whichever find it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like to dance, you know. I'm not a runner. Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell me, so you said you have a clinic. So do you work with people in person or online, or how do you work with people?
Yeah, both. So this is I'm in the Good Hub. That's where my office is on Goodwood Road. It's a beautiful wellness space. And so, yes, I work with people one-on-one here in the room, but I also work with women all over Australia via Zoom. And there is no difference. It's really a matter of convenience. And if someone is stuck in lockdown or whatever, it's a good way to not have a long interruption, you know, in terms of working together. So, yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the beauty. It's the beauty that's come out of the last couple of years in particular, isn't it? Is that the online space has opened up for all of us to be able to provide help to those who need it in all over the world and all over Australia, which is awesome. Great.
Yes.
So if the ladies would like to get in touch with you, Suzanne, to find out more about what you do, how can they do that? Is there a link that they can go to?
Yeah, sure. So did you want me to put something in the chat, or
knowing my VA, she's probably got it already lined up. So
good. Okay.
If she doesn't, you can later.
Yeah. So you can go to my website, which is SA Weight Loss Hypnosis, and you can actually download a free hypnosis on the front page, and that's a 20-minute hypnosis. There's also an area there that you can request a call back or book in for a call to have a chat with me, or you can just PM me via my home Facebook page or Messenger. I've got a group which is SA Weight Loss Hypnosis Freedom from Emotional and Binge Eating. So that's a private group, and I do weekly live sessions in there, as well as all sorts of other information. That's probably the best place, the most active place to actually get in touch with me. But so certainly, you know, there's many areas that you can connect with me via Instagram, which is the Weight Loss Coach, and Facebook, saweightlosshypnosis.com.au.
Awesome. So I can see that, Parme, she's put your Facebook page up, she's put your Insta up. I know, she's on it. If you would like to go in, if you'd like to go in and add any links afterwards, feel free, put them in the comments. Ladies, clearly we're talking to someone who knows her stuff here. So if you would like to connect with Suzanne, make sure that you do that. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. It's been amazing.
Oh, no, thank you, Ali. I always love having a chat with you. So, and I think you're absolutely amazing. The shifts and changes that you've made is incredible from when I first met you. So, yeah, wonderful.
Thank you, darling. It's been lovely to talk to you, Suzanne.
Okay.
Thanks, ladies. We will see you next week. Bye.